Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to our video. My name is John Safin. I'm president of Southwest Valley Chamber of Commerce. And today I have the thrill and the pleasure to bring on one of the Southwest Valley's premier industrious professional economic development directors, Mr. Jason Earp with the city of Tolleson. So Jason, thanks for taking time out of your day to meet with me.
Thank you.
So, and Jason and we've been working together for the past almost 8 years now, and we both have a love for oatmeal for breakfast. So we have a whole lot in common, that's for sure. So, Jason, just for the people watching that aren't familiar with the wonderful city of Tolleson, could you tell us a little bit about the city?
Sure. City of Tolleson is what we like to say is small, but in the middle of it all. We are landlocked between the city of Phoenix. Phoenix is west side or east side, and Avondale to the west of us. We're 6 square miles. We have about 7,000 residents, but we do have 25,000 jobs in the city. We have over 25 Fortune 500 companies in the city. Most of them are logistics, manufacturing, distribution, good paying jobs. That's what we kind of pride ourselves on. We are the somewhat envy of a lot of West Valley cities because of those jobs. Everyone wants to keep their residents in town so they don't have to drive across to the East Valley to work. But in a nutshell, we're family oriented. We have the Loop 101, I-10, Buckeye Road, and the rail spur, which definitely helps our economic development, especially when it comes to these large industrial users.
Having the rail system going through the city is a huge help. I don't know if everybody is aware of that for keeping the city functioning. Now, I know one of the unique things is you did say the city is very family oriented. It's a very multi-generational population. Population of Tolleson is somewhere around 6,500.
About 7,000 now. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Got busy in the last year. So
we're trying.
But the population for the community goes up to what during the day?
25,000.
Yeah. That's because of all the jobs in Tolleson. So that's great.
That is correct. We're actually, so we consider ourselves a reverse community where rather than our residents leaving out of Tolleson to go to work, residents from other cities come into Tolleson to work.
Nice. So what's happening with the city right now?
Well, obviously we're going through this pandemic, COVID-19. We've done a lot of work on working with not only our small businesses, but our larger users through this trying time to make sure everyone stays afloat. We've been, our bigger industries actually have, because everything has moved to e-commerce, have exploded in the past. So we've been working with them on trying to get them employees. They all are hiring. Sometimes they're hiring 20 to 40 people at a time because they have to keep up with the demand. So our staff, along with other agencies throughout the valley, have been trying to work closely with them to fulfill those needs. And that's kind of what we've been doing. As far as small businesses, we've been trying to help them through getting grants, whether through CARES Act or through federal PPP funding or some micro loans here that nonprofits are providing in the valley, trying to keep them afloat until things turn around. That's kind of dominated our time, but also we do have a lot of industrial still looking in the city. I guess California being in a tougher position we are through this pandemic, and the prices in California going up. So we're seeing a lot of influx of California companies looking in the Phoenix area.
That's a good thing that people are looking. I know that I've talked about the bigger companies there. I believe, Gatorade has their big plant there as well. There's a number of others as well with the Paseo de Luces, the downtown is amazing for people to come and walk and shop. Are the businesses there still open?
They are open, and fortunately, we have not had one closed down. We are in talks with actually another restaurant that's looking to, there's an empty building on our Paseo de Luces. For those that don't know, Path of Lights in English, our downtown for about a mile is lit like Christmas every evening. And we've been, for the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, have been renovating through a grant process facade of these buildings. We call it our facade project, and just trying to bring up our core. We spent over $10 million in renovating our downtown, and so now we're trying to get those buildings to match those renovations. So it's a sense of place, walkability, enjoyment, nightlife, come to get some good food here in the city of Tolleson.
Being a foodie, I'll agree with that. There's a lot of great places to eat in Tolleson, and my waistline certainly shows it. And I'm going to add on a personal note also, walking down Paseo de Luces is it's a great date night. Go out, get something to eat, take a hand-in-hand stroll over to the splash pad, hang out. And I know that the city, before everything, was doing movies out there as well. I'm sure that'll be coming back soon.
Yeah, we're hoping, I know for the rest of 2020, all those events have been canceled. Hopefully we get back up and running after the new year.
Yeah. Before we get too far into the interview, if somebody has a question about bringing their business to the city of Tolleson, how do they contact you?
Yeah, first and foremost, I'd probably be the point of contact. Get on the website, look up my information, or do you want me to
If you
give
have
that
your
information?
your office phone number would be great.
Yes, actually, I'll give you my cell phone because right now we're working from home virtually. That's why we're doing this Zoom meeting. But 623-640-5330 is the best number to get a hold of me. If I am in a meeting, leave a message and I will get back to you promptly.
Very cool. What's coming up in the future as far as economic development goes?
Right. So we're working on several projects. There's industrial, like I said, has picked up. So we have some spec buildings going up now. We had My Tech was in Tolleson. They expanded, so they shut down their California warehouse and they expanding here into Tolleson. We have some, we're most excited about possibly some mixed use, residential and retail coming on, about 30 acres worth here in Tolleson. And then we also have some smaller retail pad use that we cannot disclose at this time. But hopefully that's coming in the near future. As soon as they sign an LOI or sign the lease, then it will probably become public record where we can release those.
And just for everybody in the audience, an LOI.
Letter of intent.
Thank you. I didn't want to give the answer. I knew it, but I wanted to make sure you knew. So you can't tell us all about any of those big secret projects coming up?
Not the exciting ones.
Okay. I know how that works, having to keep things quiet. So I'll give you a pass on it this time.
Sure, thank you.
What else does the audience need to know about working with the city of Tolleson? Because I know for the big developers, I know the city doesn't have any impact fees.
That is correct.
That's huge.
Well, there's a couple things that since we are small but in the middle of all, we have to compete against these larger cities. So one, we're very nimble. There's no bureaucracy. There's no red tape. You talk to myself, our city engineer, and if we have to get the city manager involved. That's who the developer or anyone interested in doing any kind of business in Tolleson deals with, from the very first initial meeting to the very end. And usually we're all in the same meeting together, so any and all questions are answered. Once the review process starts, we pride ourselves in getting any reviews back within 1 week. John, you're correct. We have eliminated all impact fees in the city of Tolleson. That allows us to compete against other cities. So right off the bat, you have a incentive, if you will, where you're not going to pay those to build here in the city of Tolleson. It's just, we've like to say that from our first initial meeting, you could be in the ground in 61 days.
Wow.
That's kind of unheard of, but very possible here in the city of Tolleson. And then even quicker if it's an existing building that someone wants to move into, the TIs even move much faster because it's administrative approval that doesn't have to go to city council. So that's even quicker.
That is amazing. Having worked in economic development myself for a few years, that's 60 days is a very short time process. So
it is. And usually that's because we have to advertise a site plan or something for 15 days in the paper. Or to be quicker.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So I could tell you, as the Chamber of Commerce president, I could tell, Jason's where we work together on a regular basis. I could tell you everybody at the city of Tolleson is easy to work with. They're all very friendly, happy. Let's get things done. Let's move things together. Make it better for the city, the residents, the community, and the whole Southwest Valley region as well. So I'm very grateful to be able to work and partner up with the city frequently. So is there anything else you'd like to add before we say goodbye to the world?
No, I guess lastly, if you are interested in the city of Tolleson, once we become familiar with your business, work with you, much like the city and the community as family, we consider all our businesses, from the small mom and pop business to the largest, like John mentioned earlier, PepsiCo, which is the world's largest producer of Gatorade. We all become family, and we all invest in this community. Most of our, if not all of our big users are very community minded and invest in programs for our kids, for the elderly. It's an experience you would have to see for yourself. You come into the city of Tolleson, become a family.
I agree with that. And it is an experience going to Tolleson. So it's an amazing place. So Jason, thank you again for your time. I very much appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our exclusive interview with Mr. Jason Earp, Economic Development Director for the City of Tolleson. Jason, thank you.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.